Now, everyone's been talking about how the NDA Parivar is continuing to grow. And in the south, the BJP is putting its focus on Andhra Pradesh. We've seen multiple rounds of talks taking place with the TDP, with the Jana Sena. We could see an announcement in the coming 24 to 48 hours of an alliance with the two parties, a Mahagathbandhan, if you will, that's set to take on Jagan Mohan Reddy in Andhra Pradesh. The TDP and Jana Sena leadership, that's Chandrababu Naidu and Pawan, Kalyan, are in Delhi. They're going to be meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah later today. And there is going to be the last round of talks that will take place, and thereby, reportedly, the alliance will be sealed. This is going to be crucial for the BJP, considering their promise of 400 par for the NDA. So getting more parties onto their fold is crucial. But beyond that also, they're hoping that to be a real big political player in the Andhra political scene by joining hands with the TDP and Jana Sena. Now, the parties will in all likelihood announce their alliance in the next few days, and you could get details of really what the seat sharing deal will look like, with in all likelihood TDP getting the big chunk of seats. And we've had a number of comments that have come in from both Pawan Kalyan and Chandrababu Naidu with the possibility of this alliance shaping up. Pawan Kalyan earlier in February even said that I've been constantly going to Delhi pushing for this alliance to take on Jagan.
క్రిమినాలిటీ పెరిగిపోయిన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ని రక్షించుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. అందుకని అందరం కలిసి ఓట్లు చెల్లకుండా ఉండాలని చెప్పిన ప్రతిపాదనకి ఎంత నలిగిపోయినా నా ఒకడికి తెలుసు. ఈ రోజున అందరూ ఎమ్మెల్యేలు ఎంపీలు ఏదన్నా అవుదాం అనుకుని దాన్ని ఓటు అందరూ బలంగా ఉన్నారు. ఈ రోజున ఈ బలానికి కారణం నేను పడ్డ మామూలు నలుగుడు కాదు. దీనికి ఎన్ని చీవాట్లు తిన్నానో జాతీయ నాయకుల దగ్గర మీకు తెలియదు. అన్ని చీవాట్లు తిన్నాను. నేను ఒకటే 2 చేతులు పెట్టాను, సార్ మా రాష్ట్రం సార్ ప్లీజ్ సార్ ప్లీజ్, ఇంతే దండం పెట్టి దండం.
And let's get you the latest update on the alliance talks. Chandrababu Naidu has touched down in the national capital. We'll put out the footage for you on our screens of the latest images of his convoy making its way through the streets of the national capital. Chandrababu Naidu is going to be meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah. Reportedly, there will also be a meet with BJP Chief JP Nadda. The finalities of the seat-sharing formula will be discussed, but it looks all but certain that TDP and Jana Sena will join the NDA now. I want to bring in Abdul Bashir, who's joining us from Hyderabad. We'll also have Paulami Saha, who's tracking the latest from Delhi with us. But Abdul, to you first on what really you're picking up from the TDP and Jana Sena. What is going to be the terms and conditions that they put forward for this alliance now?
Well, Akshita, what we know is that JSP, Jana Sena party, is already in alliance with the BJP. And now JSP Chief Pawan Kalyan is leaving no stone unturned to get TDP also into this alliance where Jana Sena and BJP are already in the state. As we see that Assembly and Parliament elections are nearing, TDP and JSP had announced 99 candidates, among which 5 are from JSP and 94 are from TDP. And in the, if we talk about the seat share that has been made between JSP and TDP, 24 out of 175 seats will be given to JSP by the TDP, and 3 parliamentary seats from among 25 will be given to JSP, is what TDP has decided. Now, the share of 57 seats from the assembly and the other seats, what we are getting to know is around 8 seats from the parliament will be given to the JSP and BJP together, is what the TDP is right now assuming. But what we see is that this alliance is very much necessary for both the parties, be it TDP or the JSP, as anyhow BJP has a very marginal number of vote share in the state there. But this alliance to get into the NDA is very much necessary for the TDP. So this is not the first talk that we are hearing. There had been other talks, previously there had been talks between the BJP and TDP as well. But what we are learning is that today would be the final talk expected for the TDP, wherein seat share will be decided. TDP is keen on giving at least 5 seats to the BJP Parliament Lok Sabha seats to the BJP from where they are going to contest. So this is
5 seats in all likelihood for the BJP seems to be the hint so far from the TDP at this point. I want to bring in Paulami Saha also on this broadcast. She's joining us live from Delhi. Meetings set to take place in just some time from now, Paulami. What's the schedule looking like? Chandrababu Naidu and Pawan Kalyan, we're told, will be meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah.
That's right, Akshita. We're, of course, tracking all those developments in the national capital. As my colleague Abdul was just pointing out, this possibly could be the final meeting as far as arriving at a seat-sharing formula for the two parties or the three parties are concerned in Andhra Pradesh for the Lok Sabha elections, for the Andhra Pradesh Assembly elections as well. Chandrababu Naidu's flight is delayed, so he is yet to land in Delhi, but it is confirmed that he will be meeting the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, at about 9 p.m. this evening, when those seat-sharing conversations will take place. This is the final leg of the negotiation. As Abdul was enunciating, I caught some of that over there. The BJP, of course, is very keen as far as Lok Sabha is concerned to contest on at least 8 to 10 seats. But the TDP believes that 4 to 5 is the maximum as far as what the BJP could contest on. The TDP, of course, feels that it is on a stronger wicket going into this election, not just in the state of Andhra Pradesh in terms of the Lok Sabha election, but in the Assembly election as well. So it is, of course, trying to bargain with the Bharatiya Janata Party, but it does realize that it needs the BJP on board as well. It needs to keep the BJP on board, because it would then ensure that if the TDP were to come to power in Andhra Pradesh, then it would have smooth relations with the centre, and joining the NDA would be in its own advantage, in its own benefit. But at the moment, of course, those negotiations are yet to be finalised. BJP, as you know, has been on this mission to expand the NDA, and every sort of alliance partner that they bring on board as far as the NDA is concerned is only incremental in terms of the number of seats that they gain, because they've set themselves a very steep target of 370 by themselves and 400 plus for the NDA. Akshita.
All right, Paulami, thanks for those details. We'll track the latest that comes in from the huddles that are scheduled to take place. I'd like to thank Abdul Bashir as well for joining us from Hyderabad. But why is this alliance crucial, and will a tie-up with the TDP actually benefit the BJP? Let's look at the strength, weakness and opportunity in this particular case, and also the threat for the BJP in joining hands with the Chandrababu Naidu. The strength, of course, is that you're looking at a Mahagathbandhan, a grand alliance of the TDP, the Jana, Sena and the BJP, three parties versus one, versus Jagan Mohan Reddy. Now, they'll also help, this alliance will help the BJP woo the Kama Naidu vote bank via Chandrababu Naidu. That's in fact his stronghold. And then, of course, there's the Kapu vote bank, also courtesy Pawan Kalyan. So there is a consolidation as far as caste politics is concerned. What about weakness? Well, the BJP has got friendly relations with the YSRCP. That's very, very clear, because on crucial legislations, crucial bills in Parliament, the YSRCP is always given a helping hand as far as numbers go in Parliament. They will lose that advantage now with joining hands with the TDP. There's no way the YSRCP will agree to back them in any manner. There's also the fact that Chandrababu Naidu has been in and out of the NDA, and this past bitter experiences could prove to be some sort of a lesson for the BJP not to 100% trust Chandrababu Naidu. As far as opportunity goes, they have a chance here to take on the juggernaut in Andhra Pradesh. Three parties versus one. That will hugely help them consolidate. Also, it will help in ending all of the confusion, speculation on the Pawan Kalyan alliance. You've got alliance with Pawan Kalyan, you've got the TDP in alliance with Pawan Kalyan, but what about BJP and TDP? That confusion comes to an end if this alliance is announced. What about threat? Well, there's one serious problem, which is cases against Chandrababu Naidu. He's only recently come out of jail. He's out on bail right now. So that's one issue. The other is the rivalry between Chandrababu Naidu and the current Andhra BJP chief, who was brought in, Purandeshwari brought in with the clear message from the BJP that they want to woo the Kama Naidu vote bank. But with the party and family politics as it is in the NTR family, this could prove to be a bit of a problem, really. Let's bring in right now T.S. Sudhir, senior journalist, political analyst, who's joining us on this broadcast. Sudhir, good evening. All but final now that the alliance is going to be announced, but it's taken quite a bit of time. For months we've seen dialogue taking place. For months, these kind of talks on will they, won't they. What's led to this delay, Sudhir? Where do you think, there was a kind of roadblock in talks progressing?
Well, 6 years ago in 2018 was when Chandrababu Naidu took the flight out of the NDA. Now it's almost very ironic that his flight is delayed when he's going to touch down in Delhi, as you just now pointed out. 6 years later, he's doing a Garbhapsi to the NDA. Now, this has been pretty much difficult because of what you mentioned about the bitterness, because of the manner in which he walked out of the NDA 2018-19, the kind of pronouncements he made in the run-up to the general elections of 2019. But the larger question, Akshita, is whether the BJP really needs an alliance with the Telugu Desam, because irrespective of whichever party wins whatever number of seats in Andhra Pradesh, it is a given that both the Telugu Desam and the YSRCP would support the BJP at the center. So even if the BJP is a zero in terms of Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh, it would get the support of the entire 25 MPs from Andhra Pradesh. So in that sense, it doesn't really need the alliance. It is the Telugu Desam that needs the alliance much more than the BJP. And the BJP, I see it in a win-win kind of a situation, because whatever number of seats it wins in Andhra Pradesh as a result of this alliance will be largely because of the vote transfer from the Telugu Desam and the Jana Sena kitty, because the BJP on its own is not in a position to win a single Lok Sabha seat. It doesn't have that many kind of winning candidates in Andhra Pradesh. So in that sense, it has everything to gain and nothing to lose. In terms of the number of seats, they started with a very huge number of 10 Lok Sabha seats that the BJP was looking at. The number has been brought down to about 5 to 7. But Chandrababu Naidu, I was told by his very close confidant this morning, is not willing to part with more than 3 Lok Sabha seats and 5 assembly seats to the BJP. That's a position, but of course, bargaining will take place. He could increase the number by a bit, because the BJP obviously is more interested in the number of Lok Sabha seats that it wins from Andhra Pradesh, so that it can have a presence and then it can build on that.
You know, for the BJP, Sudhir, is this a big gamble that they're taking by going ahead and joining hands with the TDP? We know about the kind of relations with Jagannath Reddy. He's not officially a part of the NDA, but like what's happening in Odisha, like with the BJD, whenever there's a crisis for the BJP in Parliament, they've always turned to Jagan, and he's always given the support that they need in Parliament. They're going to lose that now. There's no doubt about that. An official alliance with the TDP will mean that Jagan will no longer provide them any sort of backroom support whatsoever. So is this a gamble of sorts for the BJP?
Well, Jagannath Reddy's YCP right now has 11 Rajya Sabha MPs, and that has been crucial as far as support in the Rajya Sabha is concerned. The BJP would have reckoned that they could lose a bit of that. But the eyes are essentially on which party is likely to do better as far as the Lok Sabha and the Assembly elections is concerned. Right now, it looks like it's going to be an extremely tight contest in Andhra Pradesh, both in the Lok Sabha as well as the Assembly elections are concerned. It would really be interesting to watch how the Prime Minister and other BJP leaders really play the campaign on the campaign trail, whether they go all out against Jagan, given the fact that the relations between Jagannath Reddy and Narendra Modi and Amit Shah have been largely cordial over the last 5 years. He has needed the center to bail out the state, especially on issues relating to finance, because the financial situation of the state has not been very good. They have kind of struggled to even pay salaries on time. So in that sense, Jagannath Reddy and the BJP have been pretty close, even though not really part of the NDA. But that's what I said. The BJP has really nothing to lose. If the TDP comes to power, they can be part of the government in Andhra Pradesh, as well as probably induct a couple of TDP MPs as ministers at the center. If the TDP Janasena alliance and the BJP alliance does not manage to come to power, YCP will still be an ally as far as the BJP is concerned. So the BJP in that sense is in a win-win situation, irrespective of which way this election goes.
Interesting to see what will play out. Interesting also to note how many seats the TDP will agree to give to the BJP. And hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours, we will have those details. Thanks very much, Sudhir, as always, for joining us with your perspective on how this kind of an alliance could have an impact at the upcoming elections in Andhra Pradesh. Like I said, it's going to be an alliance that will not just be for the general elections, but also for the assembly elections. The BJP has a near non-negligible presence in Andhra, but there are going to be big takeaways, big ramifications if this alliance actually happens. And from our sources, we're hearing that it is more or less a done deal. Just a question of 1 or 2 seats that the BJP is now haggling for with the TDP. And will Naidu really give in to the demand of about 1 or 2 more seats than he's willing to give? Remains the big question. We're going to continue getting you all the details of the meeting. 9 p.m. is when Chandrababu Naidu is expected to meet with Home Minister Amit Shah. We'll get you the latest on that.